Yo, what's going on? It's AskReddit here, and let's dive into another one of AskReddit. And also, thank you guys for liking, subscribing. You guys are amazing. Thank you. When you're lying in bed at night, do you ever randomly remember some relatively minor social misstep or poorly chosen words you did, said years earlier, and then beat yourself up over it, even though it wasn't really a big deal? If so, what happened? When I walked down the aisle at my wedding, I was so nervous and focused on not tripping that I did not acknowledge my dad. I didn't realize this until I saw the video my aunt has made for me. You can see my dad lean on to give me a kiss on the cheek, but I just kept walking. He kind of surged and then goes to sit down. It's been 18 years and this still flashes through my head when I try to fall asleep. Also, that time when I was trying to get to the school bus and the sidewalk was icy, so I slipped and fell really hard on my butt. The kids on the bus laughed at me, so I chose to sit there with my head down, wishing I could disappear. Well, the bus drove away and I walked a mile home, yes, in the snow, uphill both ways. Damn it. Yeah, my dad and I both forgot to hug each other. We did it during the rehearsal and everything, but on the day, I think we were both trying not to trip, so we forgot. He felt worse about it than I did. 4th grade classroom, we were having a face-off between students on who could name the capital of whichever state our teacher named. I've been on roll on getting a few correct in a row, and the teacher says Kentucky. With all the enthusiasm and seriousness in the world, I scream, Frankfurt! Everyone was dying laughing except me at the time. Looking back, it cracks me up that I was so upset about it. You were pretty much right. You should tell my teacher that because she said I lost. Okay, another 4th grader. I was in 4th grade and it was Valentine's Day. I was the new kid in school and this one boy had been picking on me all year. My 10-year-old self was very non-confrontational, so I wrote a paragraph on the back of his nerd's Valentine explaining that I don't like it when he's mean to me. And I don't understand why he has to be. He couldn't read my handwriting and brought it to the teacher, who made me read it loud to both of them. I think about that day every day of my life. He even ended up finding me online and contacting me to apologize a few years ago, but all I can think of is the cringe. That's actually pretty nice of him to apologize years later. It doesn't change anything, but it's good that he changed. And plus, I think it was pretty brave of you to do that. I think you were very brave. A brave man right there. What is one of the dumbest things you've done when your brain was on autopilot? I worked at a busy restaurant, so I ended up saying corner hundreds of times a night as I go back and forth around corners and doorways in the kitchen. Was running food to a table, set it down gently, and in my sweetest customer service voice, I said, corner? While looking at the customer right in the eye instead of, here is your soup. They looked confused. My brain tried to reset, and so naturally I said thank you, as if that made it better. I ended up just backing away. I was a lost cause. Oh man, restaurant call-outs just stick with you. I did something similar but at a grocery store. I was walking around an older lady to get to the cheese and just belted out behind! Scared the crap out of the poor thing. My god. I was a kitchen employee at Arby's when I was 18. We used to have sub rolls that were foot long, but the only subs we sold were 6-inch, so you had to cut each roll in half before you used it. I was just zoned out one day and I ended up cutting the sub roll in half, putting the knife back into the sub roll bag, and then trying to use the sub roll to cut the next sandwich. My manager saw it and fucking died. Imagine being a customer and seeing employee trying to cut bread with bread. I used the breads to destroy the breads. What did you do? I went for the bread. Shit. People who actually had sex with a step relative. What was the aftermath? Not me, but my coworker got his nephew a job with our company to help straighten him out and let him live with him. A few months later, he starts talking about how he's going to be a granddad cause 18-year-old daughter who lives at home is pregnant. We later found out that his nephew was banging his daughter on the regular and was the father of his grandbaby. Shit. Nephew got fired for failing a drug test not even 6 months into the gig. Pretty sure he ended up getting kicked out of their house too shortly after. God, that's something else, man. Shit. Alright, here we go. So I met a girl. Met her mom and dad. The girl and I have sex and date for several months. She gets pregnant, I joined the Navy to support my new family. I left for boot camp and she starts sleeping around, so we break up. During this time, her mom goes crazy. Her dad leaves her mom. He then starts seeing my mom. They get married. Boom! My ex is now stepsister. My son is now my nephew. Welcome to Western Virginia, you all. What the actual f***? This is too much, man. Is that what they call mountain mode? That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Guys of Reddit, what can us girls do to make you feel special? Compliments, compliments, compliments. I had just gotten divorced, 10 years together, 2 kids, house, and got entirely housed in the process. I did my best to hide how I was feeling at work, but I was complete wreck inside. One of my coworkers saw me having a moment in my car after work, and after checking on me, said I didn't have too much to worry about because I was a total catch, and it was the topic of many break room conversation. Wow, nice! My ex has spent years putting me down, and then one compliment was enough to break her spell. When you talk about your future, involve us. It's really nice to know that my girlfriend always thinks of me in her future, referring to things as when we or we will, with enthusiasm. Just something different. What's some juicy gossip you just found out in your personal life? My office manager has a huge, giant, massive HR case being built against her because she's been pulling royally shady shit. Oh, that's a sentence right there. Last year, some of us had been having issue with system access at my job, thankfully not me. It's a known issue and it's been getting fixed here and there, but then it rears its head again. Anyway, about 5 or 6 months ago, a friend of mine in another department started losing access. My office manager, who is my boss, she runs the whole friggin' Magilla, tells this person to go home for the day since you don't have system access, and specifically told that it wouldn't be held against her. So what the hell, it's not like she can do her job anyway, right? She goes home. This happens about 8 more times, where she comes to work and her system don't work and she's told to go home. Now fast forward about 2 weeks before the year ended. The girl who's being sent home is called over by her manager and told that she has to sign a final written warning. When she asked why, it was told she used all her FMLA and sick leave. She said that it's not possible and asked for a proof before signing the documents. Her manager pulls up all the times and days it was used, and lo and behold, it was every single time that she was told to go home because of system access. This is of course illegal as shit. My coworker did not choose to go home. She did not choose to use her FMLA and sick leave. My office manager did that for her. So just about 3 weeks ago, my coworker gets called into our office manager office and is told that she needs to give up her medical records. Also illegal as She declined and she told her that she will not do that and is still not signing the final written warning. She then proceeds to call the HR with all of this, who then tells her, "Funny you should bring this to our attention because you're not the only one who's called us about things like this happening with her. We are building a case against her as we speak. Shit's about to go down and I'm f***ing here for it. I hate my job and I've actively been looking for a new one, but part of me wants to stick around to see if they told her ass off to jail or the mass shit down that will happen when she's fired." Edit. Whoa, booyah, this is gonna blow out of proportion. I promise everybody I'm gonna be around for the aftermath. I will update somehow. Then actually he posts 2 more updates and there's nothing more left. And there we have the last and final update. I have now left this job after way too much bullshit, including me having to deal with constant panic attack as well as severe depression and anxiety stemming from the constant terrible people I had to deal with every day. Shit! I've since moved to a new job as of me quitting on July 12th, 2019. Nothing was done against this manager that I know of. I do still have friends working there for the time being, seeing as many of us are quitting in droves, who will keep me up to date, but as of now I know nothing. Sorry to make it a lame ending with an outcome, but I needed to get out of that place before I jumped off a cliff or put a bullet in my head. You just say yourself, man. That's all that's important, right? Cousin's wife finally caught his cheating ass. 3 years he's been playing her for a fool, but she actually knew, she just loved him too much. Heard that asshole who got me fired got fired because of the email that I sent to the company's VP. Honestly wish I went for filling for a labor case though. Apparently I'm adopted. Wow, shit, not sure if the answers to things work. I want to find my biological parents. So much stuff is happening, I don't even know anymore. Shit. My sister is pregnant with her 3rd child, 3rd guy. The first father, B, is awesome. He has custody over both their children and her second non-biological relationship to him. The second baby daddy has apparently been threatening my sister and V after learning of the 3rd child, and that V took her in. V and my sister still have a functional platonic relationship at this point, and due to the fear of reproach from the 2nd and maybe 3rd, V has taken both kids. My pregnant sister and his down saw him out of the state to make sure there's no reproach from 2 or 3. V is one of my favorite humans. He treats the 2nd child like his own, despite no longer being in a romantic relationship with my sister since 2010. Dude is as good as they come in my opinion. Wow man, you really have a heart, you know? This world has too many 2s and 3s and not enough V's. That's the spirit right there. Okay, that was all for today guys. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you again for liking and subscribing and commenting down below. Your support is amazing. Thank you guys and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.